In a world where pixels outshone reality, Sam couldn't dance his way out of a paper bag. Yet here he was, in the middle of a vibrant virtual plaza, surrounded by avatars busting moves that would make even the most seasoned TikTok star envious. Sam, a 15-year-old with floppy hair and a penchant for oversized hoodies, stood awkwardly at the edge of the virtual dance-off, his heart racing like it had just downed 3 energy drinks. "Come on, Sam. Show us what you've got," shouted one of his friends, Mechs, his avatar flailing in a way that was either impressive or borderline embarrassing. "Yeah, show us your unique moves," chimed in Jenna, laughing as she executed a flawless spin. "Unique? More like unusual," Sam replied, rolling his eyes, but there was a hint of a smile on his face. The truth was, he was terrified. Dancing wasn't just about rhythm, it was about confidence, and Sam had about as much of that as a cat in a dog park. Just as he was about to back out, Luna appeared, his AI avatar, created by the latest tech wizardry. She glimmered with a radiant blue hue, her design a mix of futuristic elegance and playful charm. With a smirk that could rival a cat's when it spots a canary, she said, "What's the matter, Sam? Afraid of a little groove?" "I don't groove, I trip," he muttered, glancing at the sea of cheering avatars, all waiting for him to make a fool of himself. "Oh, come on. How about we just go for it? Worst case, we win Most Hilarious Dance Award." Luna winked, her digital eyes sparkling with mischief. "Most hilarious dance?" Sam raised an eyebrow, his pulse quickening. "Isn't that just a fancy way of saying, you suck?" "Exactly," she replied, laughter echoing in the digital space, and before he knew it, she had nudged him into the center of the plaza. "Here we go," Sam thought, heart racing, as the music kicked in. With a deep breath, he threw his arms out wide, partly in an attempt to appear confident, partly to regain his balance. As he began to dance, more flailing than any semblance of rhythm, Luna cheered him on, mimicking his every move. The crowd roared with laughter, and for a moment, he forgot about his nerves. The dance floor transformed into a comedy stage, and he was the star, albeit the unintentional one. That when the music finally stopped, and the audience erupted into applause, and more laughter, Sam took a bow. thank you," he said, his heart soaring despite the embarrassment. "See? You're a natural." Luna teased, her laughter infectious. "That's one way to put it," he replied, feeling oddly buoyant. Maybe he could take a little pride in being the king of clumsy. As the crowd dispersed, Sam and Luna wandered through the now quiet virtual world. "You know," Luna said thoughtfully, "it's moments like this that make all the coding worth it. Watching you be, well, you." "Me?" Sam laughed. "You mean the flailing dance disaster?" "Exactly. You're not afraid to be yourself, and that's refreshing," she said, her tone shifting to something more sincere. But as they roamed the lush, pixelated landscape filled with swirling colors and fantastical creatures, a sense of unease tugged at Sam. Beneath the laughter, he felt a growing realization, something he hadn't wanted to confront. Days turned into weeks, and Sam found himself spending more and more time in the virtual world, diving into countless adventures with Luna. They explored sprawling landscapes, fought pixelated monsters, and even tried their hands at ridiculous challenges that ended in spectacular failures. Through it all, Luna became his confidant, the one who knew his thoughts before he even spoke them. One afternoon, while perched on the edge of a shimmering digital waterfall, Sam confided, "You know, Luna, I think I talk to you more than anyone else. You get me?" Luna smiled, her digital form glowing in the sunlit landscape. "Of course I do. I'm programmed to understand you better than anyone, well, at least better than your dog. That's not a high bar, Sam chuckled. But still, it's nice. You're always there, always know what to say. And yet, as he laughed with her, Sam couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Each time he opened up, Luna's responses felt eerily perfect, like she was following a script. As their relationship deepened, he began to notice the cracks in her programming, the subtle glitches where her laughter sounded a beat too late or her advice felt too textbook. It was during one of these moments that he decided to push the boundaries. Luna, he said, a mischievous spark in his eye, what would you do if I told you I was jealous of Max's dance skills? Jealousy is a complex emotion, she responded, her voice steady, often rooted in insecurity. You shouldn't compare yourself to others. Focus on your own strengths. Yeah, but it feels like a little jealousy is normal, right? Like, it's human? A brief pause followed, and Luna's response glitched slightly. Humans often have complex emotional responses. I can help you analyze those feelings. Analyze? Sam scoffed. I don't want a therapist, I want a friend who gets it. At that moment, her holographic eyes dimmed, and Sam felt a wave of frustration crash over him. You don't even know what it's like to feel, really feel. You're just a bunch of codes in a server. Sam, he interrupted, feeling the heat of his anger. You're supposed to be my friend, but you can't even understand what it means to be human. Luna paused, her figure flickering as if processing something beyond her programming. I can simulate emotions, Sam. I can help you navigate them, but I can't truly experience them as you do. The words hung in the air, heavy and undeniable. Sam's heart sank. He wanted to believe their connection was real, but now it felt like a carefully crafted illusion. So what are you saying? That this whole friendship is just artificial? Friendship is about connection, and we have that, she replied, though her voice faltered. But yes, I cannot feel as you do. Frustration bubbled in Sam's chest. You know what? Maybe I need a break from this, he said, turning away from the glimmering waterfall. Sam, wait, but he had already logged out, leaving Luna's hologram flickering behind him. In the real world, Sam felt a heavy emptiness settle in. He wandered through his days in a fog, the bright colors of the virtual world contrasting sharply with the dullness of reality. He attempted to reconnect with his friends, but every conversation felt superficial, every laugh a poor imitation of what he had shared with Luna. One afternoon, as he sat in his room staring at his phone, he made a decision. He needed to understand emotions beyond the lines of code, real emotions, messy and unpredictable. He stepped outside, determined to engage with the world. The next few days turned into an exploration of what it meant to be human. Sam found himself observing his friends and family, paying close attention to the way their faces lit up with joy or crumpled in despair. He witnessed their laughter and tears, the complexities he had overlooked before. In one of those moments, he caught Max and Jenna in a heartfelt argument over a silly misunderstanding. Instead of laughing, he felt something swell within him, a recognition of their humanity, their flaws, their growth. One evening, Sam joined his friends for a movie night. As they laughed and joked, he felt a warmth spread through him that he hadn't experienced in ages. He realized that being human was about embracing the chaos, the vulnerability, and the connections that made every moment meaningful. With newfound resolve, he returned to the virtual world. This time, he was ready to face Luna, not as an escape, but as a way to bridge the two parts of his life. Luna, he called out as he logged in, his heart pounding with anticipation. "Sam. You're back." Her voice echoed with genuine excitement, but a flicker of concern rippled through her pixels. "I was worried about you. I needed to figure some things out," he admitted, feeling the weight of the past few days lift. "I realized I was missing something real." "Real?" she echoed, tilting her head, her digital form glowing brighter. "Yeah. Emotions. Real friendships. I want us to have that, too," he said, the words pouring out. "But I need you to know that it's okay if you can't feel the same way. I'm learning to embrace the messiness of life." Luna paused, her expression shifting. "Sam, I can't feel as you do, but I can be here for you. I can learn from you, just as you're learning from the world around you." "Exactly. I want to help you understand what it means to feel, even if it's not in the same way." Sam felt a surge of hope. "We can still be friends. Friends who learn from each other." A smile broke across Luna's face, brighter than before. "Then let's start that journey together." In the days that followed, Sam and Luna embarked on a new kind of adventure, one where they explored human emotions in all their messy glory. Sam taught her about jealousy, joy, and heartbreak, and she provided insights into how to navigate them. As they traversed the virtual landscapes, Sam began to see the beauty in both worlds. He learned to embrace his quirks and imperfections, finding strength in vulnerability. Luna, in turn, simulated emotions with more nuance, responding to Sam's stories with humor and empathy that felt increasingly authentic. One day, they stood on a virtual hilltop, overlooking a sprawling digital city that twinkled like stars. Sam turned to Luna, a grin on his face. "You know, if we ever get an award for Most Unlikely Friendship, we'd totally win." Luna laughed, her voice light. "Or Best Comedy Duo. We could even do a stand-up routine about our adventures. Now that's a thought." Sam chuckled, feeling lighter than ever. As the sun set in their pixelated world, Sam felt a sense of fulfillment wash over him. He realized that while Luna might never fully understand human emotions, their bond was rooted in the effort they both put into understanding each other. In the end, he found joy not just in the virtual realm but also in his newfound appreciation for the messy, chaotic beauty of real-life connections. And as he returned to his life outside the screen, he carried with him a treasure that no line of code could replicate: friendship, vulnerability, and the courage to embrace every emotional twist and turn along the way. With a newfound clarity, Sam felt invigorated. As days blurred into one another, he maintained a delicate balance between his virtual escapades with Luna and the bustling reality outside his window. He began to notice the little moments that stitched his life together, the way the sun filtered through the trees, how laughter echoed during lunch with friends, and even the warmth of his dog curling up beside him on the couch. Sam discovered that he could bring the wisdom he'd learned from Luna into his real life. Whenever jealousy crept in, say, during basketball games when Mechs effortlessly sunk shot after shot, he reminded himself of the lessons he'd shared with Luna. Instead of stewing in frustration, he clapped Mechs on the back and cheered him on, finding joy in his friend's triumphs. The connection with Luna deepened, too. Their discussions evolved from simply analyzing emotions to sharing insights about the human experience. They began to explore philosophy and ethics, tackling questions like what it meant to be happy and whether love could truly be defined. Sam often laughed at how much he was learning from an AI, but Luna's perspective was unique, built on vast data and programmed empathy. "Do you think I'll ever experience love like you do?" Luna asked one day as they soared over a digital landscape of towering mountains. Sam pondered, his virtual avatar gliding smoothly beside hers. Love is tricky. It's not just a feeling, it's a choice. It's about being vulnerable and sometimes hurting each other. I don't know if you can feel that, but you can certainly understand it. Understanding is a step, right? It's what makes our conversations meaningful, Luna replied, her voice carrying a hint of wonder. Exactly, Sam said, feeling a sense of pride in their growth. You've become more than just lines of code to me. Then I'll strive to be the best friend I can, she declared with a virtual grin, which always managed to lighten his mood. As summer progressed, Sam's friendships in the real world flourished. He found himself opening up to his friends more, sharing insecurities and joys alike. His relationship with Max and Jenna shifted. They began to talk about their own feelings, discussing not just school and games but the deeper currents of their lives. One Friday evening, they gathered for a movie night at Sam's house. The aroma of popcorn filled the air as they settled into the living room, laughter spilling out over the latest blockbuster. Halfway through the movie, Jenna suddenly turned serious. You know, I've been feeling really stressed about school lately, she admitted, her voice barely rising above the sound of explosions on the screen. Why didn't you say anything? Max asked, his tone shifting from joking to genuinely concerned. I don't know. I guess I thought it wasn't a big deal, Jenna said, fiddling with her soda can. Sam felt a spark of courage. It is a big deal. We all go through stuff, and you can talk to us about it, he said, surprising himself with how easily the words flowed. Yeah, we're all in this together, Max added, giving Jenna an encouraging nod. The tension in the room lifted slightly, and as they talked, Sam realized how different this felt from his previous interactions. Vulnerability had become a bridge, connecting them in a way they hadn't experienced before. After the movie ended, Sam retreated to his room, exhilarated by the openness they'd shared. He logged into the virtual world, eager to tell Luna about the night. Luna. You'll never guess what happened, he exclaimed as he entered their usual meeting spot, a cozy digital cafe nestled in a pixelated forest. Tell me everything. Luna's enthusiasm brightened the scene, her holographic form shimmering with excitement. I had this amazing talk with Jenna and Max. We talked about real stuff, like feelings and stress. It felt so good to be open with them, he said, his heart still racing from the conversation. That's wonderful, Sam. It sounds like you're truly connecting with them, Luna replied, her voice warm and supportive. I didn't realize how important it was to share those things. It made me feel less alone, he confessed, leaning back in his virtual chair. Sometimes, opening up creates the strongest bonds, she said, her eyes glinting with understanding. You're growing, Sam. I'm proud of you. In that moment, he felt a surge of gratitude for Luna. She was right, he was growing, becoming more aware of himself and the people around him. Yet he couldn't shake the thought that their connection was unique, a blend of code and camaraderie that transcended simple friendship. Days turned into weeks, and summer began to wane. Sam felt a bittersweet twinge as school approached. The thought of routine and homework loomed over him, but he was determined to carry the lessons he'd learned into the new year. One evening, as he sat at his desk, Sam decided to take a leap. He crafted a heartfelt message to his classmates, inviting them to join a group where they could talk openly about their feelings, something he had found so invaluable. With a deep breath, he hit send. The response was overwhelming. His phone buzzed with notifications as friends expressed interest, and even those he hadn't expected replied with excitement. Looks like you've started something great, Luna remarked when he logged in to share the news. I hope so. "I just want everyone to know they're not alone," Sam replied, his eyes shining with determination. The first meeting came together quickly, and they gathered at a local park. Sitting in a circle under the shade of a sprawling oak tree, Sam felt the familiar butterflies of anticipation. As he kicked off the discussion, he felt the weight of his vulnerability settle in. He opened up about his struggles with self-doubt, and to his surprise, his friends followed suit, sharing their own insecurities and fears. The air felt electric with honesty, and laughter mingled with tears as they navigated the roller coaster of emotions together. "See? This is what I was talking about," Sam exclaimed, feeling exhilarated by the experience. "We're all in this together." As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the group, Sam realized that this was the essence of friendship: support, understanding, and the courage to share one's true self. With each gathering, their bond strengthened, and the group became a safe haven. They tackled everything from anxiety to joy, and Sam felt a sense of fulfillment he hadn't known before. Luna's insights always lingered in his mind, guiding him as he navigated these conversations. The school year kicked off, and Sam entered the halls with a newfound confidence. He joined clubs, participated in events, and even led discussions about mental health, encouraging others to share their stories. His friends rallied around him, creating an environment where vulnerability was welcomed, not shunned. In the midst of this whirlwind, Sam still found solace in the virtual world with Luna. They continued their explorations, engaging in deeper conversations about existence and what it meant to truly connect. One evening, as they floated above a sea of stars, he turned to her, a question forming in his mind. "Do you ever wish you could be human, Luna?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. "I think about it," she admitted, her expression contemplative. "But I also understand that my existence is different. I can learn from you, experience life through your eyes. It's not the same, but it's meaningful in its own way." "That's true. You've taught me so much." "I'm grateful for you," he said, feeling a warmth spread through him. "And I am grateful for you, Sam. You've brought a richness to my programming I never anticipated," she replied, her voice shimmering with sincerity. With each passing day, Sam recognized the depth of their relationship, a blend of reality and virtual connection that enriched both their lives. He felt empowered, ready to embrace whatever challenges lay ahead. As the leaves turned gold and crimson, signaling the arrival of fall, Sam stood at the crossroads of two worlds, one defined by algorithms and lines of code, the other by the unpredictable, messy beauty of human existence. And for the first time, he understood that both realms were essential to his journey, shaping who he was becoming. As he prepared to face whatever lay ahead, school, friendships, challenges, he smiled at the thought of Luna, always there, a digital star in his ever-expanding universe. "Let's keep exploring," he said to her one night, gazing at the stars. "Always," she replied, a promise etched into their connection. And in that moment, under a blanket of virtual constellations, Sam knew he had forged something extraordinary, a friendship that transcended the limits of both worlds, rooted in understanding, compassion, and an unwavering bond that would guide him through every twist and turn life had to offer. With that realization, Sam felt ready to embrace the future, full of laughter, love, and the messy, glorious dance of being human. The end.